Today we're going to change the spark plugs on a 2007 Chevrolet Cobalt base model LS with a 2.2 liter ecotec engine. These are the spark plugs. I went with the original manufacturer spark plug, which is an AC Delco. The code is 41-103 and that's OEM replacement. Here's my engine. These are the spark plug covers that we're going to remove. There's 4 of them. Most Cobalt engines have a cover on top. Instead of using individual spark plug covers, they use one full cover that says 2.2 ecotec engine. It looks really nice, especially if you're gonna like paint the engine bay, and then that part is black with chrome polish looking, so you know that looks really good. But unfortunately we don't. In a way it's easier to remove because the other one has like a clamp you have to take off on around here, and then you have to unbolt from the top. We are just gonna go ahead, stick the 10mm wrench in there and unscrew it. Just go ahead, get it loose. You can take this off, use your fingers and just twist it. Sometimes it's a little bit faster to do this way instead of ratcheting the whole time. So you can see it's pretty easy. Here comes the first bolt. Let's do the second one. If you're into ratcheting, if you like the little noise, then you can just do this instead of taking it off. I think the noise is kind of cool, so we're gonna leave it. Or you can just twist it with your fingers while the wrench is on. Whichever floats your boat. Here's the second bolt. And repeat the steps for the other 2 left. Pull this out. Kind of jerk it a little. And set it where it won't get dust all over. Make sure it's clean. Then you're going to get your 5/8 right here and take out the spark plug. Make sure you put some muscle into it because it's kind of tight. My socket has a plastic, I guess, ring inside of it, so I'm pretty sure the spark plug is gonna stick onto my socket. That way I don't have to get like tweezers or some pliers to get it out of the inside. Yep, here's the spark plug. What I suggest is you check the gap on your spark plugs that you're pulling out and make sure your new ones have the same gap onto them. So you're gonna get your new spark plug. Be very careful because make sure you don't drop it or anything. You need some dielectrical tune-up grease, and that's to apply. You can apply it onto this plastic part. That's so you won't create corrosion with this. And then a lot of people put it around here too. That way it won't stick onto the motor and it'll be easier to get out. I'm just gonna apply a little bit on here and a little bit here. Some people, I think they overdo it. They put it like all over, and you know, it's like packed with the tune-up grease. And I don't think that's too good because these shouldn't be wet, and this is dielectrical, so it doesn't cause a problem. But don't overdo it. Just apply a little and just with your finger make sure you get it all over, but you should be able to see the threads real well. Put a little bit of the dielectrical lube onto it, and then spread it with your finger. Then you're going to take your socket, make sure it's held properly, that way it won't fall out. And then you slide it in, very careful. And start tightening it. Tighten it with your fingers until you can't twist it anymore. And then just tighten it. Make sure it's tight, but don't overdo it. That's about fine right there. Don't over tighten it because that could be bad. Then you can get the lube, put a little bit onto this. You don't need too much, just a little bit. And then put it back in. Then you're going to take your screw right here, put it on there nicely, with the 10mm, tighten it, make sure it's nice and tight, don't overdo it. And then you're just going to repeat that step for all three of these right here. Also, if it's your first time doing it, or even any time you do it, before you put the screw back on, you can go ahead and turn your car back on to make sure you won't have any problems making sure everything turns on properly. It won't turn off on you or any of that. So that's it, it's pretty simple. You're gonna need some basic tools and some basic knowledge, and you should have yourself some new spark plugs installed. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to leave a comment.